In this video, I'm going to describe the characteristics of true love in contrast with narcissistic love. This video is in response to a question I received from someone commenting on one of my Facebook videos discussing whether narcissists can truly love. They wanted me to describe true love a little bit more. So in this video, I'm going to describe true love in a little bit more detail to contrast that with narcissistic love. True love and narcissistic love in a relationship are vastly different, and understanding these differences is crucial to understanding what a healthy relationship looks like and something that you can make as a goal for yourself. Here are 6 defining characteristics of true love in contrast with narcissistic love. Number 1, mutual empathy and care. True love is characterized by mutual empathy and care and a genuine concern for each other's well-being. You prioritize each other's happiness and emotional needs. In contrast with self-centeredness, narcissistic love is characterized by extreme self-centeredness. The narcissist prioritizes their own needs and desires and ego above all else, and they do not care about you or your happiness when it comes to making sure their needs are met. So in a true love relationship, you actually care about your partner and they care about you because it's mutual and you care about each other's happiness. Number 2, mutual respect. In true love, there is a deep mutual respect for each other. To honor each other's boundaries, opinions, individuality, recognizing that you two are both unique individuals that are coming together. In contrast with lack of empathy, narcissists often lack empathy for you, and they may be unable to or unwilling to understand and validate your emotions and your experiences, therefore lacking genuine respect for you. If they're unable to or unwilling to recognize your experiences, recognize you as an individual, recognizing your emotions and thoughts, then they don't really have the capacity to respect you. So it's very important to understand that in a loving relationship, you actually have mutual respect for one another. It's a two-way street, and you really recognize each other's individuality and coming together in a relationship, and there's that clear distinction between, okay, here is what I want and here is what the other person wants, and I respect them as an individual, and I respect that they have different thoughts and feelings and experiences from me. And that's a very key thing to a true loving relationship, because narcissists can't see you as a separate person. Everything revolves around them, and they cannot honor those differences. Number 3, respectful communication. Healthy, respectful communication is central to true love. You're willing to listen, understand, and discuss issues openly with one another. And conflict is seen as an opportunity for growth, not a threat. It's an opportunity for you guys to work through any differences or any kinks and to see if you can bridge any gaps and come together. In contrast with manipulation, narcissists may use manipulation, deceit, and control to maintain the power in the relationship, so it becomes a power play. They may gaslight you, they may make you doubt your own perceptions, so that's very different from just a healthy, respectful communication where you recognize that you should be respectful to the other person. Even when you're angry, you're able to apologize for any temper you might have had. You're able to own your emotions, and both parties are able to do that. And you're not using communication as a way to manipulate the other person. You're using it to actually connect with the other person. A narcissist is going to try to manipulate and control you, whereas in a healthy relationship, you're actually just trying to maintain that connection and bond, and doing that all in a respectful way, and doing it to foster growth, further growth in the relationship, rather than seeing any kind of discord between the two of you as a threat. Number 4, selflessness. True love often involves selflessness. You're willing to make sacrifices for each other's happiness without feeling resentful. In contrast with boundary violation, narcissists frequently violate your boundaries because they see you as an extension of themselves rather than an individual with your own needs. And if a narcissist ever does you a favor, then they'll be sure to constantly bring it up so that they can keep getting praise and recognition for it, or just to rub it in your face. A narcissist isn't going to just do something nice for you without there being strings attached. So with a healthy, loving relationship, it's full of selfless deeds that you do for each other, and it's mutual. It's not one-sided where one person is over-functioning and they're feeling drained. Both of you are constantly making small acts of selflessness, conscious decisions that put the other person first, and you're both doing that. You're both thinking of each other, but it's not in a way where you're also depleting yourself and none of your needs are met. Your partner is doing the same for you. Little things like when preparing meals, you're considering the other person, what they like and don't like. When you're going shopping, when you're selecting a movie, when you're selecting a song on the radio or on a playlist that you both have, you're considering each other. And these are little small acts of selflessness. And it even comes to bigger things where it's, interpersonal relationships with family, friends, or things where it requires going out into the world. They're always considering you and putting you at the center of it and making sure that you're good. And you're doing that for each other. Whereas a narcissist is not going to be doing that. They're going to violate your boundaries. They see you as an extension of themselves, and they're going to do things that basically meets their own needs. And they'll bulldoze over you if they need to, because they just want to satisfy themselves. And so they don't really like to do favors for you unless it's a way to manipulate the circumstance and situation and you to get ultimately what they want. Number 5, mutual support and encouragement. You provide mutual emotional support and encouragement to help each other out and to help each other grow and achieve goals. You celebrate each other's successes and help each other through your failures. In contrast with emotional abuse. Emotional abuse, such as constant criticism, belittling, and emotional neglect, is a common practice in narcissistic relationships. Your emotional well-being is completely disregarded by a narcissist. They don't necessarily care about how you feel. It's all about how they feel. So if you've achieved something, they're going to be jealous of you. If you've got criticized by someone else, they're going to add salt to your wounds. They're going to rub it in, and they're going to criticize you and join that bandwagon where they're, criticizing you as well. They'll rub it in some more. So it's not about supporting you. They just want to make you feel worse and bring you down so that they can feel above you. And it's, again, a power play with them. And they're envious of you because they chose you initially because they think of you as a worthy candidate for them because you're a catch, you're an achiever, you have some sort of social status, or maybe you are beautiful to them, and so they think of you as someone worthy of them. But then when they're with you, they're constantly jealous of you, putting you down, criticizing you, and belittling you. Whereas a person who is truly in love with you, or two people who are truly in love with each other, when their partner or when your partner achieves something, maybe a bonus or a raise at work or some kind of recognition, they're going to be also supporting you and cheering you on. They're not going to feel jealous. And it's a big contrast. It's a big difference. You're not in constant competition with your partner in a kind of negative way. There's competition in relationships where you're both, egging each other on and both pushing each other towards doing better. That's fine. Healthy competition is good. Some people like that, but when your partner achieves something good or when you achieve something good, they actually cheer you on and are happy for you. A narcissist is not going to do that. It's going to be very toxic because whenever you achieve something good, you're probably going to want to downplay it because you don't want to receive criticism or get the cold shoulder from them because they're jealous of you. Number 6, mutual long-term commitment. True love typically involves both of you having mutual long-term commitment to the relationship and the desire to build and grow the relationship further. It's not just about the present moment, it's also about planning a life together. It's about being committed and staying committed through the good times and the rough times that life throws at you. And it's also about fostering healthy and secure attachment with each other. in contrast with short-term gratification. Narcissistic love is often short-lived and based on the gratification of the narcissist's needs in the moment. There's little regard for building a lasting, healthy relationship. There are narcissists who do end up in long-term relationships, many of them, but in those relationships, it's pretty toxic, and they will often choose those short-term gratifications over the long-term commitment of the relationship. So something like having an affair, that's a short-term gratification in the moment. They forego the long-term health of the relationship. Whereas in a loving, committed relationship, you're both going to be committed to the long-term growth of the relationship and the health of the relationship. You're not going to make lifestyle choices that jeopardize the relationship. You're going to do things that actually help to grow the relationship and make sure its longevity rather than any immediate gratification you're going to have. And you consult each other about those things because you want to make sure that it's good with the other person. Even loving relationships are going to be tested with hard times, and people who are being tested can sometimes operate poorly under stress. But when you're truly committed to the long-term growth of your relationship in a true love scenario, you're going to be wise and make better decisions, and you're going to consider the other person, and both of you mutually are making decisions that will help to foster the growth of your relationship rather than succumbing to stress, succumbing to desires, succumbing to temptations. And a narcissist isn't going to be able to have that kind of self-restraint and self-control. They just keep wanting to do things that satisfy them in the short term, and they don't really care how it impacts the long term of the relationship. So to sum it up, true love is characterized by mutual empathy and care, mutual respect, respectful communication, selflessness, mutual support and encouragement, and mutual long-term commitment. Notice how many of these characteristics are mutual. It means that it can't just be one person all in putting all of their effort into making this relationship work. It's both parties willing to invest and make this relationship work and grow, and willing to invest into this relationship to make sure that it's successful. It's not just one person, all the weight of the relationship on one person over functioning. In contrast to the narcissistic love, which is marked by self-centeredness, lack of empathy, emotional manipulation, boundary violation, emotional abuse, and prioritizing short-term gratification while foregoing the long-term commitments. It's important to recognize the signs of narcissistic love and protect yourself and seek help if needed, because these types of relationships can be harmful and toxic, and they can have a snowball effect and destroy other areas of your life, such as your financial well-being, your career, your health, as well as the well-being of others in your care, such as your children. Remember to learn from the past so you're not getting stuck in a pattern of falling victim to narcissistic abuse, and be present in the moment so you don't miss a beat when navigating these turbulent waters while applying all the strategies you're learning. And believe in a brighter future as you do your inner work and begin to weed out the toxic people in your life. You're going to be cultivating some healthy relationships. So just remember that there are brighter days ahead. And as you do your inner work, you're going to have some ups and downs, but you are going to have a better future by applying certain strategies to help protect yourself and also to help cultivate healthy relationships. The future is bright. Just remember, you deserve the best.